some good results this year. Retailers have all confirmed they're being affected by slower economic growth. Sometimes they're having to absorb cost increases. So we thought tonight we'd look at how shopping trends are changing, especially in fashion. We're happy to be joined by the marketing manager for Woolworths, Samantha Graney. She joins us from our studio in Cape Town. Great to have you with us, Samantha. Woolworths traditionally protected from these slowdowns because you deal with high-end consumers who have money to spend no matter what. But with the news that we could be heading towards a recession, have you seen changes in recent months? What are the trends at the moment?
I think in tough economic times, we often see what's known as the lipstick effect, where customers treat themselves to everyday indulgences and luxuries instead of splurging on bigger items, and they'll update their look with beauty or accessories to refresh themselves or choose more versatile items that they can dress up or down.
So the little items sell. Is value still important? Even if it's expensive, often people also want quality when times are tight. Is that ever more important?
I think it depends on your definition of what value is. Value is obviously customers want more for their money, and quality is one of those things. They want good quality products at a great price, and as they're under pressure financially, they tend to be more careful about what they buy, and they're expecting it to deliver more. So sometimes they'll buy more expensive items that will last longer, or it might be good products or good quality products at great prices rather than disposable fashion, because they need to see the long-term returns.
So is this hitting your bottom line, or is it affecting the way you're buying fashion? And we know that the buying is so important. Recently, one of the lower-end retailers that was hitting the trends stopped, and the results showed that. Is this an art, or is it becoming very scientific to gauge what people want and the trends as well?
It is challenging in tough economic times for retailers, but there's also an opportunity to meet your customers' needs and to deliver a smarter business solution. So it doesn't have to be all about times are tough. It's about finding new ways of doing business.
Are you doing anything differently?
We're obviously trying to engage with our customer more and find out directly what they're interested in and what they need. In terms of our product offering, meeting what their requirements at this point in time with investment clothing, and also enabling with those little luxuries to update their looks, and also looking at our internal business processes to work smarter.
Samantha, Country Road was always in Woolworths. Now Woolworths has bought David Jones in Australia. How is that starting to affect the way perhaps that Woolworths does things here?
I think as a business we're interested in the Southern Hemisphere in its totality, and what that brings to us. And it's part of a global trend, becoming a multinational retailer, and the opportunities within that to look at what the fashion, the interests of people who live in the Southern Hemisphere, and making it relevant to both countries that we operate in.
It's interesting because we always used to look at fashion emanating from Paris. Is that still important? The global trends coming from the Northern Hemisphere, and is South Africa behind the curve, or are we now on top of things or getting there?
I think that we need to look away from South Africa being behind. As I said, with retailers becoming multinational, and with social media and television, that time gap has closed. We are a South African or Southern Hemisphere brand, and there's opportunity in that in terms of looking at the trends that are local. And I don't think that we must see us as behind, just that the focus is more on Southern Hemisphere.
Samantha, I have to ask you, Woolworths recently had a marketing coup. Pharrell Williams, that type, was announced. There have been reports, however, about a boycott campaign, that concert coming up. Does Woolworths still believe this is a really good partnership for the company?
Yes, it's been a very successful partnership so far, and we're confident that the concert partners we are working with to deliver the events will be able to deliver a seamless event, and that our customers will have an exceptional experience.
All right, let's end off with this. Any tips, any trends to look out for this spring, Samantha?
Sorry, I didn't hear your question clearly.
I said let's leave off with your top trend, perhaps. Any fashion trends to look out for this spring?
Yeah. So this spring and summer, it's very much about a nod to the 70s. It's about a play on proportions. It's about the silhouettes with your wide leg pants and your waistlines rising. It's about the 70s glam and also the festival look for those casual days.
All right, thank you so much for your time. Samantha Graney from Woolworths, Marketing Manager. Let's look at the numbers now. So the Rand, a little better after the Fed chose not to raise those interest rates. It really was a 50-50 call in the end. No one knew what the Fed would do. The all share plummeting today, though. Of course, it's coming off those highs that we've seen this week. Let's take a look at your main financial indicators.